Good morning. How are you today, Anik and Carol and Barbara Ward? Many blessings to everyone. So first we're going to call in the Beloved I Am Presence Bright, round to seal your tube of light. From Ascended Master Flame, called forth now in God's own name. Let it keep our temple free from all discord sent to us. I'm calling forth the violet fire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till we are one with the violet flame. And we'll call out to Lord Gautama Buddha to surround the energy and the aura around this gathering with 12 inches of its blue protective light, so everyone would be safe. So I hope everyone's having a good morning. I have a card that came early. Master DK will be coming today. And it was very interesting because he's all about the light. I am light. And it's really for every individual to discover their light. I always have hope, no matter the ordeal. I have faith in a better future. I turn darkness into light. I open my heart to others and to God, and I am spiritually strong. I draw light to me and shine with all my being. Powerful way to begin the day. Very nice. So, because DK's coming, I was asked by him to read the Great Invocation and to let everyone know it was generated with an intention for every soul. So the Great Invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend upon earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out. May it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan upon earth. It's not that it's stated that that's his, but it's for an awareness for everybody. But he did write something for me already today. So let me read it. Certainly at different times, individuals have had questions about what is the hierarchy? What are we attempting to become? The hierarchy is simply the world of souls that is consciously aware of the plan, sensitive to the purpose and the creativity and the constantly impressing humanity with the aim in view of expanding human consciousness. Of this, your soul is a part, in its pure nature. Become familiar with your soul. So, that's where we are so far today. You can share with me, anybody who wants to, what you think about that, if that gives you food for thought. A lot of real key words there for you to contemplate. And I think more than anything else, it's a time for contemplation. And for me, I think as I thought about it one day, that's what I do to really experience my growth, is I contemplate where I've been, how I got to where I'm at, and perhaps where it is yet I have to go to. Because it's not real simple, and yet it is simple. Like we just heard, the light and the love and human consciousness all have to become in a whole in the understanding of existence. Here we are in a world where there's turmoil, arguing, so many different things I wish to not even speak, but I know you understand. So we have to get from that place to where we understand that this takes us to. Simply, no, it doesn't show the words, I am the light. I think, when I first began, I wanted to know what the soul was. People talked about it, but there really wasn't a book till I kept looking and kept looking, because I had no idea in my newness. How do you discover the soul? What is it? What does it do? I knew there was one. So a lot of everything I did in the early beginning was, if I found a book that had soul in it, I bought it, read about it. And it was even difficult then. What is the soul? I would still ask myself the same question. How do I get there? Until finally I took my one course, and it was all about the soul, pictures of it, what was within it. And then I found that I could really settle down inside of myself and begin to really know a piece of God that I had no way of knowing existed. So I'm sure everyone here is on their journey. So I will put it out there for you to discover and learn about the soul. Because until that part of you shows up and has a piece in the master healing, you're not where you think you are yet. It is within the heart, but it is not the heart. It is a part of you that understands everything and yet still needs to be in direction and understanding. So DK has parts of his books that talk about the light of the soul. Understand it's different than just human consciousness. That is just a part of you also. And to contemplate, how do you maneuver yours through our world? What does it lean towards? What does it contemplate? How does it feel? Here we come into judgment versus personality. I think yesterday it was Paul that asked about expression. Well, there's a lot of parts of us that express themselves, whether or not it's truth. So we have a personality to heal. We have a consciousness to develop. We have a soul, not only to get to know, but to evolve. So there are many key named parts of who we are that have to come into the picture and be a part of you. So it is a journey. There is no pretending it's not. And it's for each individual to decide how they wish their journey to look. Good morning, Heather. So tell me what questions that all brings up for each of you. Or did that not interest you? We come here with our hearts in a spiritual state. So we must be open to that which deepens our awareness so that we can become more light. You know, what do you know about prana? Prana is the energy of who you are. Prana has the capacity to heal and to embrace and to increase the ability of any physical body. Do you use yours? Do you use your healing energy in a pranic way to support you each and every day? So he made a note here that light is of the soul. Light is substance. And the most challenging is the light between personality and the spiritual triad. We spend our youth, and not to have any attempt to blame the parents, but it's how humans have been. We grow up with a personality, and somewhere, depending on what your schooling is, you begin to wonder, well, that just can't be all there is. And it's true. It is not all there is. There is a depth of behavior between light and dark. And it moves from simplicity to the way it is. We can embrace those who have a dark personality or dark thoughts and embrace them in our own heart to support them to choose, as it's 11:11, which is to look at the self. And we can also reach out our light or be the light so they'll know there's another way to be, another way to exist versus what they may think is fun, or it's hard to say because I'm just so far away from that. Barbara Ward, what is the difference between the soul, the higher self, and the mighty I am presence, please? Well, they're all very different. All right. We'll put the soul for the bottom. The higher self, here's the human. This is the higher self, which becomes the human as you grow. You will eventually be this evolution here, who is the communicator between you. The I am presence is your individualized expression of God. So there's you, your higher self, which slowly works through each chakra, becoming encompassed with it. And at that time, when that does happen, this you will have become this you. So then it is for you to work towards becoming this, an expression of God. The soul is alive right now in the human you, deep within the heart. And it takes this movement almost guide you to where you're going. All these different rays are all the different levels of healing that you need to go through. Yes, they are similar to each chakra and yet also other things. But here's the goal right here in the gold light. This will evolve to here. Does that help you, Barbara? Patterns that we all know and have worked with are deep within the soul, and they're tied there with a ribbon holding the karma that's there to have you release it. So every time you've released a pattern at the level of the karma, you can untie that ribbon and truly let it go. Yep. But when this becomes here, the soul moves all the way along. Okay? Anybody else have a question? That was a very good question. So here I was looking around, where's the soul? I know it's got to be here somewhere. I didn't have this experience at that time. But that's the other thing to know. It all comes in its perfect moment. What you need to know, you need to ask. Show me. Bring it to me. You see? Then there's levels here in just the human form. If we just take this out and see this, there's 7 levels of the aura that speak to each chakra. Like the first one would be blue. And it would be very healthy, would be a bright blue. And if you have an issue, it would be gray. It would show that it's deteriorating and not working well. So let me go to our next question here from Jose. Thank you for coming. And he would like a brief explanation of who Sophia is. I am TheoSophia, and that is a goddess of wisdom. That was not my born name. That was the name that came out of my name I was given. And when I went to Mount Shasta and ran into Saint Germain and Portia, she remembered me from 1941 is when I had went back to the grouping of the masters. And she knew that I had gotten the name Thea, and she gave and awoke the name Sophia. So TheoSophia is the goddess of wisdom. And at that time, I was already on my journey, learning, healing, and I hold the energy of Mother. I spent 9 months working every day with the Divine Mother to understand how to be. There's actually an office that many people don't know that are beings like myself who have studied and become a mother consciousness, and they all have things that they do that's different. I am a nurturing mother. That was my, name given to me. And he says he understands. All right. So this is from the I am, but it just really explains really well. Here you see it talks about the violet flame. You want to live every day with the violet flame around you. It protects you. 8 feet around you. Now, when you get here, it's not quite as necessary because you're so much a part of the hierarchy that you are protected, right? I used to get permission to sleep in the arms of my I am presence every night. What does that do? It can only do good. It was just a normal process in my prayers that I asked to go and have her lay with me every night when I slept. Any other questions? DK would say it's about study. It's about reading and digesting it and understanding there are so many different portals of it. Just sharing about the great evocation, I used to say it in my mind. I find that saying it loud feels more powerful because the frequency of sound. Great practice morning and night. Yes, and understand your voices will all change as you begin to give voice to what you believe about God. I can remember being a choir in elementary, and I used to want to sing, but I would scream. I didn't know any different. Those people today would not recognize who I was and my voice, because my voice does hold the energy of God. My teacher, when we were in Thailand, told me, because that's where we spent 3 months just meditating to be able to initiate into Master Babaji's meditations. And he said, just when because you have to sing a 5,000-year-old ceremony. And when I had done so many of those ceremonies, that my voice would change, and it did. Okay. Anything else from anybody? So let me get out of the way, and I'll let him come in so you can ask him questions. How's that? He has, he'll say he's not an old man, but he's been around for a very long, long time. What you need to understand that once you have become a master, you do not any longer age. That you may become younger looking, but you are not any longer in that realm where a normal human would exist. For you have heightened the cellular structure of who you are to no longer be human. Okay. Good morning, Marby. So I'm going to let DK come and be here with you all. Good morning. Most of my days at this time are within the pyramids, helping and guiding them to discover past truths so that pieces can come together. And yet there's days when I go to the ashram, some of you've been there, and support new beings like yourself upon their journey with Mother and Father, all the masters. There may be some of you here who've been to my ashram. It's in space and time. Perhaps one day we will take you here, but we'll see. Perhaps on a Monday. But my work is about evolving. It's not just learning healing. It's about evolving, becoming expanded, not only in the heart, but in the thought, and in the ability of the words that you speak. It's to be expansion, even in how you perceive people. Sometimes there must be someone in that way to help people even begin to feel that they're different. Because sometimes I can see people when I look at them and I expect something more from them, they feel it. And that then I know helps them grow and become more. So, tedious is a word I hear from individuals like yourself. And yet, if it's something that your love is guiding you to do, that is not the word you would use. It is like a book that you can't put down, or a teaching that you've looked for all your life, because your life depends upon it. You know, years ago, the laggards were brought here, and the perfection of how we all lived then was so bountiful. It was never thought that what happened would occur where they took over. Those who were so pure got attached to the darkness. So this is where we're at. So we're looking at a time that's coming now to once again become in a level of purity that's hard to even imagine. And it will bring a great happiness and a freedom. I'm sure that's what we all want and desire. And when you hold it in your consciousness, and the amount of people that unite and hold it in their consciousness, this is an achievement. This is a yes, we can. Yes, we do. It is interesting when people comment about my study, and it was written so long ago, and it's just like it's perfect for today. Fascinating for me even to see how time does not stand still. Time is always in movement, and it is a powerful thing when a study moves with time, and that in every existence is in its perfect place. So, does anyone have a question for me? You need not be shy, because this is about who you are, who you desire to become. It is about transforming your sight, every chakra that you live within. allowing them all to have freedom and to let that which doesn't really belong be with you. I believe I remember one of your participants, Paul, wanting to know about expression from me. So the expression I would suggest is to be happy, joyful, and loving. Let those be your 3 words that you pray for each and every day. And you will begin to see smiles coming back at you, laughter ringing in your ears. For when you radiate that truth, it will come back to you for sure. Any questions? Interesting. Well, I will leave and let TheoSophia continue what she's doing. I hope I have given you the curiosity to want to learn more. Oh yes, Paul, I just mentioned you. Let me see. Well, you understand each individual is going to have choice as to uh, what it may want to return to or may want to move further out. Also, the experience of how the individual places themselves and what is around them will be dependent also about the form that they take. So that is a wide question, and depending on a lot of answers. The human, and it's what it is today, will become a less than option. And there are those who will want to own more, uh, have more. Not so much in the money, but in the context of their desire and abilities. So it's going to be interesting to observe. Not that it's happened in the world for a very long time, from when the teachers used to show themselves and come. So let me make sure as I'm reading this. Yes, I think it's going to depend on who that every being is around. And there will still in the beginning be a following that will follow, that a grouping will be. And it's going to be something to sit and to watch. All right, good. Marianne says she did ask a question above. All right, perhaps. I said I wanted to be seeing more coming from your aura, and you have been working to it. So let me see. All right. I see a greater presence of your root. You must have a greater quality of safety and energy inside. Second chakra is still a little plowed in thoughts. Know that that second chakra holds a lot of pieces. I want to go next to the throat, for it's a very powerful piece, and I can see that has heightened and has more of a crystal quality to the blue that it holds. Very good job. So let's look at the heart. So I see more energy, but I still feel that you feel safer in what you've known. Safer in, here's where you need to reach the soul. The soul is going to give you an illumination about you. Whether you get brazen and look at your Akashic records or have someone look there for you, and you discover a piece of who you are, something like that's going to happen to really give a burst in your heart energy. And your third eye, I can see, is beginning to work more. Do you feel that? Yeah, Marianne, I'm asking. How is your third eye doing for you? Yes, that means better. It needs more of a connection into the pineal gland. Take your time with it. Do it for a little while. Take a rest. But the pineal gland is a little withered still. Not as slow as it was, but I still want you to, I don't want you to do this with oil, but imagine that you're massaging a pure oil, like maybe an olive oil, and yet not. In the intention, have a really good intention of the oil and rub it into, so that P part of evolves. And that will let this open more. All right? Good. So there was another question. Paul said, thank you for the clarity. Maybe our morning intention as we wake up, choose to be loving, kind, forgiving, and compassionate. I welcome blessings, magic, and miracles. That would be fine, but I love the word joy. To know that you wake up and are joyful and loving and happiness. However you want to place it, let it be so. Okay, very good. Heather. Well, we could, but I don't know that you would find a difference between that and what TheoSophia has done, for she has learned from me. So start with the root, bring in the red, expand and accelerate the movement of the chakra. Many of you don't yet grasp the fact that each chakra moves, and it's dependent on how you flush in and flush out what is necessary and what isn't. And in the orange, the second chakra, there is a lot. It's whether in the front is emotions, and then there's how you think of yourself. Right now, for everyone here, that is overwhelming. What do you want to think about yourself? And then it's what you think about money. We're looking here at a lot about life in this second chakra, you see? And then there's sexuality and the human encounter. So, a lot to work on in that chakra. Third chakra, yellow, believing in God. Again, it's another work that everyone is desiring to have faith. And before you can have faith, you must understand faith. And what does that mean? You know, I was speaking with Joshua today. He's TheoSophia's higher self. And the faith those people had as they continued to move to the promised land. And he did get them there with Moses' help. But all of you have to get there also to believe that you can become someone that manages your thought and creates your reality in happiness and joy. You see? So, third chakra, these are all things that can be challenges. The heart, everyone needs to get in contact with their soul. I will not take you through that journey today, but there'll be a way for you to discover. You can speak to TheoSophia. Maybe she can do a few gatherings. But I would like to see them all, your hearts like an apple green. Like, that's like drops of happiness and joy in it. That would be wonderful. And to stop betraying yourself. I want you to get to where you can go, oh, there, I'm doing it again. Why am I doing it again? That's going to begin to be that peace that's evolving. And so then in the throat, it's speaking God. You know, Isis comes always to everyone who asks, and she carries that sword. Her wings are wide, and she knew Horus and all the beings. They were all alive at the same time. So you may not even know that when you speak at times, you are betraying yourself. That throat is loving yourself, accepting yourself, having courage, and knowing right and wrong. There's a lot of development in the throat chakra. The third eye is how you see. You know, we have a third eye from betrayal in Atlantean times when those who all of a sudden began to think that they were God, the two petals fell from the crown. And the crown is the entire experience that God gives you. I see those that are wilted. I see those that are disturbed. And then there are those that are happy and ready to fly. It's all about what you believe and what you can bring yourself to, you see. So in that, let's bring it up through your chakras and let yourself have peace and happiness and joy today. All right. I hope you enjoyed that little piece, Heather. Joy, yes. Marianne, would it be okay to ask Mother TheoSophia to help me in Akashic Records? I will leave that for her to talk with you. I cannot speak for her. Thank you, Heather, for your hearts. Yes. So, anyone else before I leave? Wow, I tell you I'm leaving, and then everybody goes, shh. It's a wondrous thing, and it's actually like magic. What can happen to you as you bring light into who you are and the angels that you discover that are there for you and never go away. Not only your higher self, but you all have many angels. And Metatron has become such a big part of our world that he is very closely working with all the angels. Yes, she thinks thank you and very much loves all of you. I think TheoSophia can do the Akashic records, but I do believe it's her husband, that's what his purpose is, and that may be the better option for you. TheoSophia does a lot of things. Yes. All right. Is there anything else? Army, I hadn't seen you sneak in. Yes. I don't want to miss anything. All right. So, why don't we end one more with the great invocation? All right. From the point of light within the mind of man, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. And from the point of love within the heart of man, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. And becoming a part of the hierarchy for those who feel the desire to become is the ultimate, is the perfect thing. Because it's then you remember the truth of who you are. And there is nothing that feels better than that. Love, love, love to our world. I couldn't have said it better. And know it's happening. It has been gathered and spoken. On July 2nd, all the angels gathered. And on the 5th, all the beings that are healers and all gathered in Shasta. It was beautiful. So there is a plan. There always has been a plan. And the plan will come to be that love will be what our world will be called. Love. Many blessings to all of you. It was wonderful to sit with you. All right. Always such a gentle soul. You know, he has 22 books written this size of wisdom. I don't know if you could ever learn it all. Thank you. I will be home alone this weekend, which is very rare. And Douglas is going on a journey, so send me light. I can always have more light. And the time is getting close now where a lot of light will burst from the earth and in our America. So, all right, sorry to see you go, but thank you for being here. I won't be much longer. I just want everyone to know and hold in your heart the truth that you know of America and its freedom. You know, if Saint Germain was here, he'd be screaming freedom right now and plastering his violet flame everywhere. So, good morning, Anik. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. And yeah, there's going to be just so many changes that's going to let it be more comfortable to be who you really are. So that's what's happened is it's no longer feeling comfortable to allow yourself to be however it's supposed to look. All right, where's our time? Oh, we're almost 10 minutes until it's been an hour. So, have a wonderful weekend. I will see you on Monday. And yeah, you know, there's a lot of M's on everyone here. Did you all notice that? There's Marby, Mary, Marby, Mary. I guess we should all leave today being very merry. Yeah, and that's not even all the way up. Mary, Marby.
Unknown caller.
Oh, haven't even gotten a call. Let me shut this off to disturb us. So, if it's going to be rainy, know that it's going to be healing the earth. I don't know. Okay, so now it's going to new comments. Yellowstone is gathering power through the frequencies of joy, love, and unity that are grounding here. Well, the Yellowstone is citrine, which is my wisdom stone for everybody. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.